Hey y'all, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out another one of my videos. I really do appreciate it. And if you're new around here, hey, hello, my name is Katie Marie, and I am a lover of eyeshadow palettes, makeup in general, but specifically eyeshadow palettes, and my heart has just been in indie makeup so much recently. So if you like that sort of thing, you may enjoy my content. But today's video is a little bit different from the traditional eyeshadow palettes indie makeup in that we are talking about product packaging that I hate. Now this is going to be a very fun and lighthearted video because, I mean, to an extent it's not about the packaging. As long as the product inside is good, that's great, and that's kind of what's important when you're buying something. But at the same time, I'm that person that if something's super annoying, it doesn't really make me want to reach for it or repurchase or something along those lines, and everything has a little bit of varying degree of annoyance and product packaging that I hate. But in today's video I want to focus in on all those product packaging that I just find them super annoying. So they're definitely pet peeves, but all around they're just product packaging that I hate, hence the video. But today's video is even more exciting because it is a collab video. I'm going to be collaborating with my friend Sylwia Perri. She and I have been friends for a long time. We both started out, I can't remember if I found her on Instagram or through a group on Facebook because of her blog, but we were both bloggers, and now we're both officially on YouTube, and I just find that really cool. So Sylwia, like I said, we've been friends for a long time. We've chatted back and forth over the years. We both are moms. We both have kids. She has two little adorable boys, and I'm just so excited that she's finally starting her journey. I can't remember exactly when she first started her channel, but I want to say it was towards the end of last year. I think it was right before her second son was born, which is funny because I also started my channel right before my second child was born. But she is fairly new to YouTube, and ever since she started her channel I've been wanting to collaborate with her. So I finally got my ish together and reached out and asked her if she wanted to, and she said yes. So we are doing the video today, and I highly encourage you guys to go check her out. I will have her channel linked down below. As I said, she's fairly new to YouTube, so I would love it if we could welcome her into the small beauty community that I have here, and you guys can go check out her video, check out her content. She is the sweetest person, and her personality totally comes across on camera. So yeah, as I said, I will have her channel linked down below along with her video that we're collaborating on, and I highly recommend you go check her out and subscribe. And if you are coming over from her channel, thank you so much for checking out my channel. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoy. But before we dive in, I know, one more thing. Before we dive in, let me do my Instagram shout out. And for today, the Instagram shout out goes to Hot Miss Mama of 4. She is also a fellow YouTuber, and I highly recommend you check out her channel as well. I'll leave it linked down below. But she commented on my most recent post, so thank you so much for interacting with my content and leaving me such a sweet comment on my last picture. I really do appreciate it, and you are my Instagram shout out for today. And per usual, if you want a chance to be featured as my Instagram shout out, all you have to do is be following me on Instagram. I'm LadyKatie92. Interact with my posts as they go up, and then I randomly select someone when I sit down to film. So now we can get into it. Okay, so I have this little box filled with product packaging that I just find so annoying, and some of them are just like pet peeves of mine, but some of them are just really hard to actually use like day to day. So let's dive into them. You know, let's start with the most boring thing. I have one skincare product, just one, I promise, but I do want to mention this because I'm currently using it and currently very, very annoyed. This is from Cetaphil. It's their Gentle Foaming Cleanser, and I really do like this product. Like, I think this product is great. It also lasts forever. It's 8 fluid ounces, and I feel like I've been using this for months. A little goes a long way. It's great. I still have some in there, but the thing I hate about it is, I don't know if it's just this bottle that I got that's a dud or if this is just how this product is, but I'm just so annoyed I never want to repurchase to find out. The thing that's annoying is that this thing, anytime you press down on it to pump it once, it gets stuck in the down position, and the only way you can get it up is to actually like physically pull it up. And you might think like, oh, if you have to do that every once in a while, Katie, it's not that big a deal. No, this is every single time. Every time. And it wouldn't be so bad if I just had to use one pump every time I wash my face, and so therefore after I'm done washing my face I have to pull it up. I could get over that, but the thing is that it doesn't pump out a lot of products. So usually when I wash my face I have to pump this at least twice. I tend to do 3 times because I like a really nice lather to wash off my cleansing balm or my cleansing oil, so I have to do this at least 2-3 times, and that's with like cleansing balm or oil all over my face, so it's really hard to see. My hands are slippery because I'm trying to wash my face, so I'm like trying to do it, and it's not that easy. Like, it's really, I don't want to do it now because I'll get it like all over myself, but it's really hard to push it down, and because of the shape of the nozzle, like you can't, when you want to pull it up, you can't just grab it. I really have to get it up under here, which is the little like nozzle where it comes out. I have to really get up under there and pull it up. It's not easy. Basically, it is a pain in the butt, and I'm like probably this much. I'm so close to being done with this, and I cannot wait. I'm just so annoyed. And like I said, I love the product, but I have been wrestling with this for so long. I cannot wait to have it done, and I'm just not going to chance it to repurchase it. So I'm just going to move on and find another gentle cleansing or gentle foaming cleanser to replace this because I just don't want to use it. It is such a struggle. I know I'm sounding ridiculous, but when you do it every day and when you have to struggle to even get it to go up and down, like it's hard, it hurts. It's annoying. Okay, I feel like I'm going to be editing this video just cringing because I sound so ridiculous. But like I said, like if you do it every single day, sure it might be an annoyance once, but when you do it every single day, that annoyance adds up quickly. Okay, moving on. This is Cargo's bronzer. This is a product that I really like, but the reason I'm putting it in here is it's very difficult to open. I find that because of the way this packaging is, well, I think it's really cool. It's really unique. No other brand does this because it's a little like tin. I think that aspect's really cool. It can actually be kind of tricky to take these apart. Now, of course, the day I have to film this is going to be easy peasy, but when I use it day in and day out, there are several times where I go to turn it and it just kind of sticks a little, but I'll go to use it and I have to really make sure I grab the top and bottom, which the top is pretty small, so trying to just grab your fingers there can be a little tricky, but I have to try and grab it and then like twist it and pull it. And if I'm using this after, I don't know, doing my face, I've kind of already done my moisturizers, sometimes my hands can be a little sticky from my moisturizer. It can be a little tricky, and it's just one of those things. This one is nowhere near the level of annoyance and hatred as the Cetaphil one, but it's definitely annoying, and it's definitely something I notice whenever I have this in my Shop My Stash for the month and I'm using it day in and day out over the course of the month. I can find it very tricky to open, and it's just one of those little things that's annoying. So while I love the innovative way of packaging this, the very uniqueness, as I said, no one really packages their products like this. I wish there was like, I don't know, I guess if there was a little pull here, people would be annoyed at that, but I don't know, maybe more of a lip for the top, something just to make it a little bit easier to open. Okay, next up I want to talk about the JD Glow Neon Liners. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse with this because anytime I talk about these, I love them, but I hate them because of the brushes. So it should come as no surprise that these are landing here. I really like these neon liners. They're not the easiest. They definitely are a little patchy. I have a video. I'll leave that linked up here if you want to see it. My thoughts and opinions of the formula hold true, as does the applicator. So the reason I'm putting in this video is because the tip of the brush applicator is very stiff, which makes an eyeliner extremely hard to put on, especially when it's an eyeliner with a more thin, finicky formula that can look very liney and streaky and not really pigmented and smooth and have no lines in it. It can make it very difficult to apply. So because this is so stiff, like when you're putting it down and brushing it across your lid, wherever the bristles like touch, wherever the bristle is, it almost just kind of wells up the products on either side because the bristles themselves are so stiff. It doesn't allow for a lot of movement. So when you're trying to, I hope this is making sense, but when you're trying to put it to the contour of your eyelid, because it's so stiff, it causes a very stark divide, especially in the lighter colors in these neon liners. I feel like if they had a softer liner, I would love these so much more. True, you do need at least 2 coats with the lighter ones because like I said, they can be a little streaky, but for me, you know, that's not that big a deal. It's a little bit of annoyance, but it's doable. But the fact that the bristles of these brushes, the way of putting it on your eye is so hard and tricky. Yes, I can use my own little, you know, liner brush, but that's annoying to have to use a different brush with these when they already come with the brush. So it's just one of those things that it's the product packaging that annoys me. I wish they had put a better brush on it because I would have loved them so much more. So yeah, another product packaging pet peeve that I just find so annoying. These brushes, why do they have to be so hard? Okay, next up, I feel like I'm not going to be alone here because I feel like a lot of people when they talked about this product had the same criticism, but this is the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base, which they are pre-launching new shades, so I'm really excited because, I don't know if you'll be able to see from here, but this thing is empty, like completely empty. I could probably get 1, maybe 2 more days really scraping the side. I've used the whole thing up. I like the product. I think the product is fantastic. However, why'd you have to put it in a pot when it's so liquidy? Like I could understand with the paint pots because those are very firm. You have to really like dig in there and get it up on your brush or finger in order to apply it. I can understand those being in pots, but something that's so liquidy, like it's liquidier, that's a weird word to say, it's liquidier than a concealer and they put it in a pot. So I don't understand that. Like if I just went like this, it would all drip out the side. So while I think it's neat and different to put it in a pot, it makes for a really dirty container. Not a big deal, but something to note. And also just makes for a bit more of a hassle when you actually go to use it because you have to open the jar and hold it carefully to make sure you're not using it and then just trying to get a little bit because this is also very pigmented. So if I stick a brush in here, I have to stick just a little bit and then wipe it off because it's so pigmented, which is great. It's just you have to be careful going in. And I feel like with a product that is this liquidy and so pigmented, they should have put it in a squeeze tube because then like I'm thinking a squeeze tube of like It Cosmetics and their, you know, Bye Bye Under Eyes, like something like that, because that way not only is it easy to squeeze out and on, you know, without getting a mess everywhere with it being so liquidy, but also you can control how much you get and therefore you wouldn't like go overboard. So I feel like just a typical tube. Yes, maybe it wouldn't have been not that exciting presenting that and like debuting that and saying like, look, we have a new eyeshadow primer, but it just would have been more practical. Like, I get that they're trying to do something different, but it's a packaging pet peeve. What can I say? I feel like it would have been better in a squeezy tube. Okay, next up, I just recently talked about this. So this is the Urban Decay Inked Brow. This is a product I actually like, but I don't understand the applicator they put on. I don't know if you'll be able to see from here, but it's like a brush tip you would use, except the product itself is like a tinted brow gel. So you're trying to put brow gel through your hairs with an angled flat liner brush. It doesn't work out well. Like, I like the product. I think it does a good job tinting, but it's such a hassle to apply because you have to like put it in, but because this is a slanted liner brush, it applies too much product in some areas and then too much pigment, and because it's kind of like a jelly texture, it just doesn't apply smoothly, so then I have to get a spoolie and really brush it through and try to brush it out and get an even application. It's just a hassle, and it's just kind of weird. I think maybe I'm using it very wrong, but the formula that I find that when I'm using it, it just reminds me of like a tinted brow gel, but a lot more pigmented, which I think would be fantastic. But putting a slanted liner brush on it instead of a spoolie, I just feel like it was a bad move, and definitely a little packaging pet peeve. I wish they would have stuck a spoolie on it, and then I would like it. I feel like I would like it 10 times more because it is very nicely pigmented, and I like that in my tinted brow gels, but as it is, it's just so annoying. So another packaging I hate, like, why couldn't you just put a spoolie on it, or I don't know, anything but that. Okay, next up is the Becca, what is this called? Hydra-Mist Set and Refresh Powder. Now this is totally not related, but I do have to say, I find it very annoying that this is the product that was supposed to be like, feels like water when you put it on, and it lasted like a month. And then the cool feeling of the water when you put it on, it's gone. So now when I use it, it's just like a regular powder. Like, come on, if you're gonna advertise that it feels like water, ensure the product can stay feeling like water longer than a month. I don't know. I was very annoyed by that. But anyway, that's not the reason it's in this video. The reason it's in this video is because when you use this, because it was supposed to stay feeling cold and like water forever, I suppose, they put this little cover on it, which isn't abnormal for powders. The Cover FX one has one, and I like that because it ensures you keep it a little bit cleaner and just a little bit easier to control it. But this specific top is so hard to remove. So hard. Like, they have this little tabby here to pull, so it shouldn't be that hard, but when I would do it most mornings, it would be really tricky to the point where I would have to like switch hands. You know how when you try to open something and you're like, oh, this is a lot harder, so then you switch hands and like switch grips? That's what I would have to do sometimes. And then I know there's a ton of powder under it, so at the same time I'm like, let's not make a huge mess. Yeah, there we go. I got it, and it comes apart. I didn't break it, but it comes apart. It's just really difficult to open. Like, it's not that big of an inconvenience, but it's definitely a pet peeve. It's definitely packaging that I find a little bit annoying because it's just so hard to open. I don't know if the tab is just a little too small and therefore makes it a little bit more difficult, but it's difficult. I'm not gonna sit here and try to open it again. I find it hard. Maybe I'm just weak over here, but for me, anytime I had to use this, I kept noticing how long and how tricky and how difficult it would take me to use this or to get it open. And I was just kind of like, I don't really want to use that much anymore. So I feel like that right there qualified it to be in this video. Okay, almost done. 2 more products. The next one is the Hourglass. What is this called? It's like their Vanish stick, but it's the highlighter. It says Vanish, but it's not the foundation, it's the highlighter. I have in Champagne Flash. This product is really nice, but something I noticed is the first couple times I used it when it was brand new, for whatever reason, it wouldn't go down far enough into the tube, like wherever it stopped, it would have a little hump over it. So whenever I put the lid on it, I had to be super careful to try not to nick the edges because it wouldn't go all the way down into the tube. And with it being a triangle, it can be a little tricky. Like, you have to make sure you line it up just right. You can't just shove it on there. And I don't know if you can really see from here, but I made quite the mess because I was unsuccessful in putting it on carefully more than once. So that's why I decided to put it in this video as a product packaging pet peeve, an annoyance, something I hate, because I wish, like, come on, how much harder would it have been to like let it go 1 or 2 more ticks to make sure it gets down into the tube. I finally used enough of it so that I can, and now I don't ruin it anymore, but it was definitely something that, hence why mine is so dirty. I nicked it a ton of times and I just was like, why? Why let it stop just above the line? Like, why not let it go? I mean, maybe it's just presentation. I suppose it's just presentation to make it look fancier when you open it up and you see it sticking out, but it's like a lipstick tube, you know, it's just so hard not to nick the sides, and I'm someone who always nicks the sides, so I find this product packaging annoying. Okay, last up, I almost didn't put this one in there because it's not that big a deal, but it is a pet peeve, and it's something that I mentioned in my video of it, and it's something I notice every time I go to use it, so hence why I wanted to put in this video. But it is the Glamnetic Liquid Magnetic Eyeliner. This thing was like $39, $38, $39. It's just about $40 for a eyeliner. Like, I'm able to justify a purchase of a $40 foundation because it's going all over my face. It's something that, you know, it's in contact with all your skin, so, you know, I don't mind paying a little bit more for a little bit better product, a little bit better ingredient, something that will hold up all day because it's all over my face, getting sweaty and whatnot. But paying that much for something that has one line on my eye, that was a lot. So that was like right there, whew, that's a lot of money. And then to get it and for the packaging to be so cheap, like, can you not do anything? Just a little, I'm not asking for much, just something a little bit more worthwhile, because I wasn't joking in my video, I mentioned this, but it looks like something you could go to the Dollar Tree and get a black liquid liner if it didn't have like the writing on it. Like, that's the type of bottle it's in. And to know that I paid almost $40 for this, it's a pet peeve, so I had to include it in today's video. I know it doesn't have anything to do with the product inside, and if you watch my video, I spoke very highly of this. It really does work. Definitely check out my Moxie versus Glamnetic if you want to hear all my thoughts. But I just got a whiff of what this smells like. It doesn't smell good. But anyway, packaging is all we're talking about because this is product packaging pet peeves. I find it a little bit annoying to have such a cheap product and know I spent $40 on it. So I was just surprised by the product packaging when I got it and realized how much I spent on it. Alright, so those are all my product packaging pet peeves, the product packaging that I just hate and find annoying, and I feel very petty right now at the end of this. Some of them were more serious, like literally trying to get it out of the bottle was a hassle, and then the other ones are a lot more lighthearted and just visually, but I thought it'd be fun to include them all in this video and just share with you guys some product packaging that I just find a little bit annoying. It's either really annoying or a little bit annoying. It's just something that I noticed in my collection, using it day in and day out, that I just wished something was different and it would have made the product and the experience of using it so much better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below and let me know what product, if you tried any of these, or what product in your daily life that you use every day and that packaging you just find so annoying and wish it was just a little bit different. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. And as I said, make sure you go check out Sylwia's channel and her video. I'll have it linked down below so you can easily find it in my description box. I cannot wait to see what products she picked out. It's always fun to see what people find annoying. Like, I love watching these types of videos because it's fun to see how other people see makeup. Let me know if I should do this again in the future, if I get enough products as I'm using them and I get enough products to do another video like this. Maybe I can do it again. So anyway, just let me know your feedback down below. I always do appreciate it. But yeah, with all that said, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up on your way out, as it helps me in the whole YouTube algorithm. And if you want to continue getting daily content from me, I'm over on Instagram, LadyKatie92, where I upload about every day. But with all that said, I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.